All right, man. Errol Spence sending subliminals to Terence Crawford. All right. Um, let's talk about this, man. Hit the boxing news playlist, welterweight boxing news playlist. Hit all notifications, increase chance notifications. We go live with drop video. So he says nothing like beating the will and desire to keep fighting. It's nothing like beating the will and the desire to keep fighting out of a person. You see it leaving him round by round. Now, um, like I said, the first time he did that versus Dennis Ugas in quite some time, right? And he did. Systematically. I wouldn't even say systematically. He just ran through Dennis Ugas, but that wasn't nobody's surprise. His weight looked good. Physically looked strong. First time he looked strong in a long time. But he was in there with a C-level fighter. Now people can come out here and say, Ugas a B-level fighter. No, the fuck he not. He's not. Come on. He won the title versus Abel Ramos by split decision. That's all we need to say. All right. But I love those type of fights. I love those type of fights of attrition. One of those fights that's very indicative of the statement that he said was Marvin Hagler and John the Beast Mugabe. Hagler, Mugabe brought everything he had, and Hagler just took, he just had enough after a while. He simply just had enough. So I mean, yeah, he did that toward Dennis Ugas. He took his soul and all that, but and he could have just been watching the fight and it or all fighting and made him reminisce this, that, and the third. And he said on the post he was watching Lubin and Fondora and all that type of stuff. But dude, we gonna need you to go ahead and get in the ring with Bud. At this point, if you ain't got no update on that, everything you post is gonna be about that. If you ain't got no update on that, man, ain't nobody ain't trying to hear nothing else you got to say. Let's be real. We waiting on that fight, but could he do that to Errol to Terence Crawford? Shit, you never know. It's boxing. You never really know. And people didn't want to see the fight. It wouldn't be the topic every day. And it wouldn't be the topic every day if boxing had consistent fights through the summer. Right? If boxing was consistently consistent throughout the summer and the program was there, let's just say, man, even if another sport started up, and like baseball or basketball or something like that, or basketball or football, excuse me, or college basketball started up, man, nobody gonna be talking about this shit no more. Nobody. And that's just the honest truth. So they gonna get to the point where they gonna devalue this fight. That's what's gonna happen. They gonna devalue this fight. They gonna wait till the number the virus numbers go back up, and then nobody gonna care. But at the end of the day, dude, don't be talking about the shit if you ain't gonna complete the mission. Unless you just talking about beating the will out of Keith Thurman. Which again, that's not easy neither. Keith Thurman is a master at surviving, hunching over and covering his whole body and surviving. You know, but that's he's an attrition fighter. Crawford wanted to knock your power out with one punch. Crawford knock your shit out with one punch. But attrition fights, those have those have big detriments to your career. When you just taking a constant beating for 12 rounds, you really never. A lot of times, a lot of fight depending on how bad it was. A lot of them fighters just never be the same again. You know, But but yeah, we ready to see that. We ready to see that dude. We tired of hearing them talk about it and this. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that to you, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. We'll do it. Can he beat the attrition out of Terence Crawford? I mean, can he beat the dog out of him? Who knows? But he always want to be talking in code and all that shit. Nigga, I hate niggas that do that. I like Tank. That's like uh that's like Tank continuing. That's like Tank continuing to say post shit and deleting it. Come on, what you posting and deleting it for? Stand on what you say. We grown ass men, dude, not little fucking middle aged people. If that's what you believe you gonna do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. But I gotta continue to say, man, there's a lot of talking going on. He like, well, I was just talking about Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford don't want to fight. He don't want to. He get the fuck up out of here. I love you put that name on my big shit out of arrows for Terrence Crawford. I love breaking down these like quite too little all that. There's no build up to this fight. None. All it is a whole bunch of subliminal shots, a lot of quietness. You know what I'm saying? And this dude had an opportunity um, to match Terrence Crawford in Dallas in his own hometown, and he fled. Come on, and Errol Spence fans like, oh, they're making stupid remarks. You know, by the time this fight comes, you gotta ask yourself, you know, are they gonna do enough shit talking? Are they gonna do enough shit talking to draw people to this fight? And I don't think so, because Bernie and all them, they can't talk to Terrence Crawford. We know these PBC dudes, they get in here and they run their mouth on social media, but when they get in the presence of the person, they all humble and quiet, and they can't even fucking put words together. Just like Tank talk all that junk about Floyd Mayweather, but once Mayweather in his presence, he put his head down. He a little nigga. He's a little nigga's little nigga. He's Floyd little dude. Same thing like Errol Spence. Came face to face with Terrence Crawford. He put his hood on and looked at the flow. But when he was talking to old boy, he was looking dead at him. Crawford boy, he was looking dead at him. When Can't look at Spence, say, look at me. He put his head down, seeing what type of shoestrings he had in his damn Nikes and stuff like that. You could tell body language. It ain't hard. It's too easy to type and say shit over the internet, and then one day you gotta cash that check, and it's like, I don't wanna, I don't wanna. But like I said before, I wish he said, well, I'm gonna beat the wheel out of Terrence Crawford ass. I'm like, okay, I like that. But all disrespectful and that humble shit, dude, that don't sell nothing. That don't sell nothing at all. They don't pay no bills. And that's one thing Floyd Mayweather figured out. That's one thing he figured out. Being humble don't pay the bills. Being entertaining do. Outside the ring, shit for him more than inside the ring. Mm. But it is what it is. But Errol Spence, I love him to put a name on that. I love him to say, "Well, I'm gonna beat the dog. I'm gonna beat the wheel out of Terence Crawford ass." I'm like, okay. I love it. I love it. But that ain't the era in basketball we in no more. I mean, football, boxing we in no more. We ain't in that era no more. But it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, Pole 9. Everything inside the link tree. Appreciate the love, support, peace.